This is Radio Free Cybertron 792. I am Brian Kilby. It's not Transformers Tuesday, it's RFC Wednesday. With me this week we have Diecast. Diecast, you get a Corvette today? Is that why you're so excited?
No. Tomorrow the order should be placed.
Oh, so you don't even have it yet. You're just excited about spending money. That's so you. That's
I'm
on brand.
I'm excited that it should be actually starting the build process.
Cool.
So are you getting that from Taobao where you're going to get in the baggie and the wheel's going to be missing off of it?
No. Unfortunately, there's no Corvettes on Taobao, so I have to get it from GM, which is much harder to do, apparently.
Don's here.
How?
Chris is here. We could just heard from him.
Yes.
Rob.
Hello.
And Matt.
Hey.
Hey, I want to make an announcement up front. Haven't even told the guys about this. It's not that big of a deal. So I have requested, and it is taken down, our Roku channel, RIP. I just didn't have time to maintain it anymore. It's gone down a couple times, and the last time it took me months to get it back up, and it's been down for months. I haven't had a chance to do any work to it. We had tens of thousands of subscribers on it, but, saying goodbye, never heard from them so much. Typically, we still hear from our podcast audience most of all, but, the Roku channel, it was nice while we had it, and it cost a lot of money.
Oh.
So it's gone. So, apologies. If you exclusively watch the show through Roku, you're not hearing this. But yeah, so it's it went from like the views on our Vimeo, that was their Vimeo account, that was where most of the cost went. It went from 100,000 views to literally 30, like in the last 2 weeks. Can't do it. So yeah, we'll miss you, Roku channel. So I have to update all of our internal art and everything that had the Roku logo and stuff on it. But, maybe that'll drive more engagement with our podcast, which is the primary way that this show goes out. And we try to be mindful of that. Sometimes we'll talk about like what we're showing on screen.
I thought the primary way it went out was on the internet.
The primary way, it's a podcast that goes out on the internet. But I really want to double down on being a podcast. I mean, I'm not killing the live stream. We enjoy doing it. But part of me has even thought about, like deleveraging YouTube entirely and just quadrupling down on being a podcast. Because that's what we are. But haven't made any decisions. We're not killing the live stream. But
it doesn't hurt to have a YouTube channel.
It doesn't. It doesn't hurt, but it doesn't help if you're a podcast. Like I have to focus on what I have time to do. I don't have time for a lot of that stuff. So we're a podcast, damn it. So with that announcement out of the way, a lot of stuff happened this week. It was Transformers Tuesday yesterday. And a lot of news. It was like I'm not gonna lie to you. I heard they were focusing on Studio Series. I'm like, well, I'm done. I got up and walked away, and left. And I got back, and there's all this other stuff that had popped up as well. So I kind of wish I hadn't. But if you like Revenge of the Fall, not Revenge of the Fallen, if you like Last Night, Hot Rod, you're in luck because he seemed to be the one that was all over the place when it came to social media. It looks nice, I guess. There's also, a Crosshairs?
The Fallen.
And the Fallen has face-giving action.
The Crosshairs and the Hot Rod look excellent. I mean, the car modes are really nice, too.
I hate the Crosshairs design. It just doesn't click with me.
Yeah, but this is the best Crosshairs we've ever gotten.
Of course it is, yeah.
Because that's kind of a low bar, Diecast.
Yeah.
Most of the figures before that were not that great.
No, there was one Crosshairs that wasn't that bad. I think he's under one of these piles somewhere. But yeah, the last one before this was not bad. The only thing that's weird about this one is maybe a little bit too much green. But other than that, I mean, the hot rod looks great in both modes from what I can see. The Fallen looks like a freaking mess for a leader class figure. Like,
so it looks like the Fallen.
Yeah, I think you can thank the animators for that.
It's bad. It's
a lot of people loved it.
Blame the production designers from the movie diecast.
I can't see spending if that was a Voyager, I'd be like, oh,
tiny.
okay. Yeah, but the
Optimus does not want a face that small.
I'm just saying at the leader
needs a
class
bigger
price
face.
point, that's I can't see spending $55 on
Me
that.
neither, but like I don't have a problem with it. I'm not buying it. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
Exactly. Tony Todd needs a better figure, though.
If they did a better job with him, I would totally buy him at the leader price point.
That's like your favorite movie too, so I guess I can see how you're so hurt.
Yeah.
The thing is, diecast, I don't really get it because for the robot mode, they've made it completely accurate to the movie.
They did.
So I don't know really what you would expect to be better about this.
I just don't think something's translating right to me.
What's it transform into, like a broken wrist or something? I've already forgotten.
Yes.
It's a really bad looking.
It transforms into
a
diecast
mangled up
broken
pile
dreams.
of the Fallen.
Yeah,
basically.
It's.
I don't remember the Fallen actually having an alt mode in the movie in the first place. So like, what were they gonna do?
It's so horrible.
Yeah.
The alt mode is so horrible.
It's bad. It's real bad.
You know, the first thing I saw when I saw that was
movies.
like, okay, where's the Pretender shell? Because it looks like a step down from an inner Pretender robot.
It's more detailed than an inner Pretender robot, but yeah, I see where you're going. To me, it looks like a weaponizer. I wish it was.
It doesn't look like a leader, that's for sure.
Well, you don't know how big it is.
I mean, we don't.
8.5 inches tall, according to the solicitation.
That's pretty short, but
Yeah.
that's the new
wide
leader,
too.
That's the new leader size.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say this to spare y'all. Paladin said it in our chat at tfradio.net/discord. He's fallen and he can't get up.
That's funny.
Hank!
Hank's attacking.
Hank
Um,
the kitten
No,
survived.
Hank is hiding in my boxes and knocking stuff off.
This is on the same
Hank
page.
is a cat. This is known.
I'm a little confused on Ironhide
What are you confused about?
because I thought we saw like a battle station and everything that he was going to come with,
No.
and
No,
now
not.
it just looks like he comes with 2 guns.
He comes
Yeah.
with 2 guns.
He
Yeah.
comes with 2 guns, and he's a deluxe size.
Yeah, we did not see a battle station.
Yeah,
I
we
did.
talked about how it
I
would
saw
be
a battle
nice-
station online.
Yeah, you probably saw it with like another version of Ironhide.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you probably saw the one that
The
you can-
Earthrise one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
no,
Earthrise
no,
one that
not
you
the
can
Earthrise one.
use the non-F kit to upgrade into.
Well, you could have just
But-
dreamed it, Don. Don, diecast.
It could
that
be.
happens.
It could be. I mean, I
Don-
do
Don
often
Don is
read
so
about
pissed off.
Transformers.
Sorry, I have to say this. He's got 2 guns, 1 for each of you.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
I think Ironhide looks amazing. I am looking forward to that one. I like how they the guns store as exhaust pipes underneath.
You like all that clear plastic?
No.
No, I do not. But I'm trying to be positive.
I mean, it looks good. It looks fine. I mean, I'm gonna get
There's
it.
always a chance it'll get buzzworthy and be reissued with opaque plastic.
That is my hope.
That's true. And maybe a yellow stripe.
Yeah.
Yellow stripes. I mean, you can toy hacks that. Like it would naturally, be preferable to just have it painted on there. But what are you gonna do?
A brush and some paint, super cheap. And some
There you go.
masking tape.
Yep.
Uh,
we did talk about that last week.
Yeah,
I
we
remember.
did.
Yeah.
We did. More Armada Starscream. I'm still not feeling it.
Well, I guess you're just a bad person.
Yeah.
I like it. It feels to me like it should be a Voyager, but it looks good.
It is a Voyager.
It is?
It is Voyager, yeah.
So
It looks small.
So,
Yeah.
well, it's a Voyager.
Well, so is Ironhide, so.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Crankcase?
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work for me.
Yeah,
I
unfortunately.
like to see better photography.
I'm okay with it. He is obscure enough to pique my interest.
Looks pretty good, I think.
If you're watching live stream, we're utilizing Ben Yee's site. I love Ben Yee. BWTF.com.
Hi Ben, thanks for the pictures.
Yeah, thank you Hasbro for giving Ben the pictures. Actually, I don't think they actually sent out solicitations for those. I think we just took them from.
Well, I'll just say thank you for being a friend. So there.
We love Ben Yee. Yeah, Crankcase just doesn't work for me. Honestly, when I first saw it, like I wasn't half paying attention. I thought he was animated Soundwave for a second, and I'm like, I want an animated Soundwave.
They could do that out of that mold.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I am leery of them revisiting animated just because it's so unique.
You do realize that's like the leading speculation people have for that Prowl listing we got a couple weeks ago for the 2023 line.
Yeah, and I fear that being correct.
I don't, because I feel like if that was the case, that's probably going to be a co-engineering with like an Armada Sideways.
That'd be good.
I think you could probably get something that works well for both of those out. You just don't want it to be animated Prowl because you don't want animated to go through the G1 filter.
No, I really am torn, and I love animated and don't want to see it revisited because it's never going to be the same.
I mean, so
Yeah.
You could argue that we already have animated through the G1 filter, and it was fine.
Well, now if they do Prowl with a wink and a nod as an upcoming Sideways, would they do Prowl with the sidecar armor to get the mass?
I hope not, because like what we saw happen with Point Blank, where they had to divert resources to make the Target Master, like it's gonna make like a small, probably not that great robot if they had to integrate the sidecar. But anyway, back to the stuff we actually saw.
What about Skullgrin? Anybody?
No.
I love it.
Actually,
I love it.
I turned around on it and I kind of love it too.
I already liked it, and it just did not sway me the other way. I like it.
Like it integrates more of the Pretender shell than I noticed originally. Like it does have the big, like the shoulder pads sculpted in, and the skull belt.
I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
So yeah, I wasn't a fan of it whenever we saw it, mostly because of the alt mode. But then they showed it off, and it has the rotating turret. Yeah, I think I've come around.
Yeah. Inferno. Matt Sion, of course.
The butt spins.
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response.
The butt spins.
Yeah. If it's good, it's gonna be my favorite thing ever. If it's bad, I'll be so disappointed.
Okay, so here's the thing with Inferno. Like, this is one of those things where basically anything they do is going to be better than the original Beast Wars toy Inferno.
Yeah.
Because that was not a very good toy. Let's speak very honest here.
It
disintegrated, didn't it?
It didn't disintegrate. It's just never pegged together.
Yeah, that was also common. But
I've owned multiple. None of them pegged together.
The original Inferno toy was also a lot of like sparkly clear plastic, which does not have does not have a long shelf life. It's pretty, but it's not durable.
Yeah.
This was the first figure to sell out on Hasbro Pulse.
Yeah, I remember people saying that. The issue with this Inferno is mainly going to be like you're going to need like Shockwave's Lab or DNA Designs upgrade kit to actually finish it off, because like Mark even said during the stream, they couldn't price out a weapon, so they took the engine out of the blunderbutt and made that be able to be a weapon. So like to actually get something that's properly complete, you're going to need an upgrade kit for it. But like the framework is there. I'm better on this seeing that it actually is functionally complete than I was with the early leaks of the stock photos, where it wasn't really clear what was going on with Inferno's butt.
Yeah. We talked about Point Blank and Dead End last week to quite a bit. I don't think there's anything to add from these photos.
It does seem to support my observation that there's no clear plastic on Dead End, though.
Good.
Real quick though, on Point Blank, Mark did make a point to mention that he's been pushing to complete the Target Masters, so there's hope for a short shot.
Nice.
Yeah.
There better be. And Transmetal 2 Megatron still doesn't work for me.
No. I mean, when they do this as cryotech and we go through the obligatory, oh, that's just a Photoshop phase of the cryotech discourse.
Like 5 people
might be more,
remembers that.
I might be more interested in that. Yeah, but the important thing is that you're one of those 5 people and you chuckled a little bit when I
did.
So
I did.
I am surprised at the articulation on that thing. Like, the parts count on that has got to be ridiculous.
What's interesting is Sam Smith, who did the design work for that Megatron, mentioned that the like CAD file for that is a larger file size than Masterpiece and Titan equivalent files because of all of the surface detailing under the geometry. It's got more like surface geometry than bigger, more complex figures because it's covered in scale details.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a fractal exactly, but it's like a fractal. Yeah. I want to like it. It's just...
It'll be a really good cryotech.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with the mold. It just doesn't work for me.
Well, there's one thing wrong with the mold, and it does not have a Megatron face. That's what's wrong with the mold.
That's it. And honestly, that's my least favorite Beast Wars Megatron.
Oh, same. That's why I say,
I didn't like the original toy.
That's why I say, like, the original toy was, not that great. But, like, as a cryotech, this will be really good because this reads more as not a Megatron character the way they've done it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
If they were going to ruin a Beast Wars Megatron in updating it, I'm glad it's this one and not regular Transmetal.
Yes.
I would have been so angry if they had done Leader Class Transmetal Megatron and put that face on it, for instance.
Okay.
Gasp and shock?
Yeah. Are there anything on Rumble here in these posts?
Oh, there might not be. If these posts are taken from the Amazon stock photos, that might not be in there. But you can skip down to the Instagram post follow-ups a couple lines down.
Okay, so Evan posted a follow-up with Rumble and Bomburst. So
yeah, Frenzy looks really good.
No, this is Blue Rumble, and the fact that they labeled it as Rumble Blue implies there will also be a Rumble Red at some point.
Yes,
so I think it's just all going to be Rumble.
Yeah, I don't even think blue's quite accurate. That's like Lavender TV Rumble is what that is.
Yeah, no,
exactly.
it is TV, which we were talking in the Discord earlier, tfradio.net/Discord, and what I'm thinking right now about this is we might be looking at like a 2-pack later on as a small selects thing or something, where you would get Frenzy or, Toy Rumble, and then a toy-colored blue cassette Rumble or Frenzy. Because Frenzy's colors in the cartoon are basically the toy colors, so you could get that doing double duty and then get your toy colors one also.
If I'm getting 3 of those, one of them better be enemy.
I mean, the enemy of my enemy, I don't know where I'm going with this. It just...
So, why? So, I mean, obviously, looking at it, I can tell you why.
Why they made another cassette mold?
Yeah. Look at it. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
I'm more and more feeling like there is some level of like internal competition between the parts of the Transformers team. Like, one of them will see somebody's design work for an idea and be like, well, I could do that better than that. So then, the first opportunity that comes up is like, yeah, I'm going to make my own. It's going to be way better than that one.
Well, I forgot. Was the prior one Rumble as well?
The prior one, I think, it was Rumble, but it was red.
Yeah, so Red Rumble. I never much cared for it.
It was fine.
It was fine. I have at least 4 colorways of that.
But this one looks amazing.
And it comes with pile drivers, which is awesome.
Well, yeah, because that's what's boosting it up to core class equivalency.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
That's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I love that they come with pile drivers. I will buy every single one.
Yeah. Bomburst looks fantastic.
Bomburst is like my new favorite thing.
Bomburst makes me wish Skullgrin had been a core class.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Bomburst was one of the 2 pretenders that I had as a kid. So I'm biased towards it, and God, it looks fantastic. I mean, it looks like the shell. It has the weapons for the internal,
and the vehicle mode works.
Yeah.
I
don't know how they pulled that off.
I wish this was a deluxe, like Skullgrin.
Oh,
No, it would just be worse somehow.
Skullgrin is a deluxe, yes.
Okay, for some
Oh
reason
God,
I thought
the vehicle
it would be
mode.
a Voyager.
The vehicle mode is perfect.
Yeah.
The vehicle mode's nice. The robot
Bomburst is perfect.
Suffers from gore class
Bomburst is better
issues.
than Skullgrin. Yeah, Bomburst is better than Skullgrin, and I love
Bomburst
Skullgrin.
Bomburst is also better than Iguanus, going by looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Iguanus fairly well.
I do too. I do too.
But this looks better.
It does.
Yeah.
Are these up for pre-order?
No, the cores
The
don't go
core
for
class
pre-order.
are not. No.
Okay, I just saw them a while ago and I didn't have a chance to do any research yet.
There's Amazon listings up for core class Ratchet, Wheelie, and Dark of the Moon Laserbeak Bumblebee. But those weren't officially put up for pre-order, and the prices on those right now are like $25 to $50 each, depending who's selling them. But no, like Bomburst looks like the best expression of the updated Pretenders, like ever so far. Ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Until they get to Octo Punch.
I have concerns about that because that seems like it'd be a little bit more fiddly.
If they even make it that far, but I hope they do.
Octopunch is perpetually on the G1 list that I like. I need to get Octopunch. But I never get around to getting Octopunch.
You should get Octopunch.
I should get it right now. Let me go to eBay.
Yeah, go to eBay, get Octopunch.
But no, I Skullgrin, like I feel like Skullgrin could have come out better if it was constrained by core class and they just couldn't reach as far with, like, I think Deluxe Skullgrin, they exceeded their grasp a little bit because they were trying to leverage deluxe parts count and stuff and just tried to do too much, and some of it didn't make it from concept to execution, where core class would have been a little bit more restrictive and they would have had to be more considerate of what they were actually trying to do.
Okay.
I wonder why Skullgrin got bumped to the deluxe class.
A mistake. That's why it was a mistake. I didn't think it was a mistake until I saw Bomburst. I literally just now I'm seeing Bomburst. It's the first time I'm seeing it. I didn't see the news before, so that's
so like at this point we have Pretenders in core class with Iguanus and Bomburst. We got Deluxe Skullgrin. We're getting Voyagers, Bludgeon, and Metalhawk next year. Like they're being scattered all across the price points. I don't think there's a leader one on the books yet.
And Metalhawk's the only Autobot we've heard of so far.
I mean, if you think about, Autobot Pretenders, like the like better known name ones, I guess I will say, I think that'd be a harder integration with the shells.
They're boring
because they're dudes.
They're just dudes
in suits.
Yeah.
You'd have to reach a little bit further into like the Mega and Ultra Pretenders, and then it's like figuring out, okay, how do you adapt this while retaining the pretenderness, but also making it like work as a toy?
You'd almost have to integrate the robot mode heads into the pretender shell bodies, and that would be weird.
Yeah, it's not great.
Now I want a Commander class Thunderwing.
I do too, Don.
I mean, I could suspect Thunderwing being like a leader class somewhere a little farther down the road.
I would take it either one. Okay, let's see here. I skipped ahead.
If they did it in Commander class, I'd want them to base it on the IDW Thunderwing design, and I don't think they would do that.
No.
So, also on Ben's site, we're looking at the Royal Mail Transfer Stamp Collection, Andrew Weldon pencils. So they look amazing.
Yeah.
Let's see here. It looks like there are multiple packages that you can get. It looks like there's a single one-off that you can just, what is this called, an ingot?
Yes.
So is that like this? Is that like a version of like what the No, that wouldn't be like a printing plate. That's just a straight up stamp on a piece of metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. A printing plate would be cool.
maybe a little problematic to sell the product, but yeah.
Actually, it would be illegal to sell it because you could print your own stamps and you would
Yeah.
go to jail for it. So yeah, it's not like a baseball card.
Not that Royal Mail stamps would do you much good, but
yeah, it's true. Okay, so just in general, most of them, at least so they're Dinobots that look like they're one-offs, pretty much. Then you have like ones that face off, like Optimus and Megatron, Bumblebee, Starscream, Grimlock, Shockwave, RC, Soundwave. They're very neat.
Yeah, I love the art on them. They look fantastic.
On the live stream, what's her name? Rachel? Not Rachel. Isabella. She said it was the first one that the Queen had to approve. I question whether or not that's the case. I don't know if the Queen has to approve like Canadian coins, but they're the coins that came out a few years ago.
Oh yeah,
the dollar and the quarter. I would assume that she has to do the same. Which I don't give a crap who has to approve it, but that was interesting. You can get it in postcards. Like if you're a stamp collector, I'm not. But if you're a stamp collector, I'm sure that you're exposed to this stuff all the time. Like they'll try to sell you stamps like 55 different ways, like on a postcard, loose.
Sounds like buying comic books.
Yeah,
Time.
If I guess if you're a stamp collector and a Transformers collector, this is probably the best week of your life.
But for Brian, it was Transformers Tuesday.
For Brian, it was Transformers Tuesday. As a former numismatist, I was very pleased with the coins that Canada released a couple years ago. The silver dollar and the quarter. I have them displayed over there in the pile of crap. Yeah, these look great. Well, so let's see here. Was it John Paul Bove colors, Andrew Wildman pencils, and who did the inks?
Someone with a pen.
Someone with a pen did the inks.
I'm sorry, I do not actually have the credits in front of me to fact check that for you.
Yeah, I just remember who I remember. Andrew Wildman's one of my favorite pencilers ever. Anyway, so the fact that he did the pencils, I have to get them. That Megatron is a higher quality. That Megatron is just so Andrew Wildman. The rest are good, but that Megatron is perfect.
Oh, apparently it is Stephen Baskerville doing the inks.
Thank you. Yeah, I love these.
Baskerville and Bove have teamed up quite a few times on the comics previously, in fact.
What is this? A new set? A world's smallest train? Oh, it's these crappy world's smallest things.
Okay, but look at the RC. It's hilarious.
Yes, it is.
What the hell?
It's world's smallest generation, like Kingdom RC.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the car shell backpack sled that it can stand on.
Yeah. So there's only two. There's a Optimus and a Starscream currently.
And the Bumblebee.
Oh yeah, and a Bumblebee. Oh yeah, and yeah, I think they sell them in 2-packs. So there's like 3 different 2-packs, so that you can get.
I've seen these at Target individually.
Yeah, me too.
They sell them with the they sell them like with the cards and stuff. For a while, these things were being blind bagged and sold like at Sheets for like $5, and at Big Lots sells like a 2-pack of them as well. The company is.
I think Dollar Tree had them around here for a while.
Oh well, that's a better deal. Whatever the name of the company is, I cannot remember it.
Super Impulse.
Super Impulse. They have a whole host of these. There's like a Rubik's Cube, a G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
They're the ones who made that tiny Atari 2600 I got.
I think there's even a Power Ranger.
Yeah, they are. not my favorite things. So, but it's
no,
interesting.
but the RC is hilarious.
The RC is hilarious.
Also, in this assortment is the Megatron and the Soundwave.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Transformers Kindergarten series. I saw this earlier this week.
Yeah, so I'm going to read down the bullet points I put in here. So it's a licensed series of figures. They're official, and they're apparently meant for the Chinese market. So I don't know if they're going to be sold elsewhere in the world.
I don't hate them.
This is a crowd-funded project, so if enough people don't get on board with this, they're not going to happen at all. And I don't think we know at this point if the plan is to still sell them past the funding period, or if it's just going to be like a pre-order basis only.
That little hot rod with the Sharkticon on the fishing line, that's pretty awesome.
But don't overlook the most important thing here is Beast Wars Megatron with a rubber ducky inner tube.
That is true.
And that basically validates this whole project.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you liked Muppet Babies or Baby Looney Tunes or Tom and Jerry Kids, depending how old you are, like here's figures like that, but Transformers.
He's even got the toothbrush. Oh, I like him.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
These are going to be blind pack too, I think.
Oh, well, that's
the way they're designed.
Well,
I don't like
which I guess suggests that they will be sold after the crowdfunding period, if that's true.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Either that or it's gonna be the worst crowdfunding campaign ever, where you back it, and then when the fulfillment comes, they just send you a random handful of bags of them, and you're not even guaranteed to get all of them.
Oh, that would suck, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Let's see here. Official images of K9 and Iguanus from Hasbro Asia.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's identified anything being like left off of these, like it ended up being with retracts.
Autobase Aichi is running slow for me.
What got left off of retracts?
Like 4 of the bug legs.
Oh,
what?
Geez.
Yeah, they reduced the number of bug legs on it.
Do they still have the little places for it?
Yeah. They didn't make any bold changes. They just left parts off.
That's ridiculous. I mean, there are too many. He has too many legs, but.
Well, maybe that's why they left some off. I don't think there's anything like too remarkable with these. Just like here's our first stock photos and like hard proof these are coming. Although Walmart listings anyway, we knew for sure they were coming regardless. Look forward to paying $25 for Iguanus. Pterosaur's out now at $25.
I may be done with this line.
I want to get K9. I don't know if I want to,
nice.
pay full price for it. I never had that mold though.
Me neither. That's the reason I got it. I mean, I got them all. I hate myself for saying that, but retroactively, that's the only reason I got it.
I did. This isn't it's a thing I got this week, but it's not something I would talk about for what we got. I did find at my local Walmart another batch of reissue Scorpiox, this time marked down to $15.
Nice.
So the $30 one I got a few weeks ago is going back.
Cool. Okay. What else? Okay, Doctor.
But that does make me reluctant to buy reissues at sticker price.
Yeah.
Was the point? Sorry.
So Dr. Wu Slam Dance kit. Is that a kit or just a figure, like a third
It's
party?
figures.
Yeah.
It's just like the Squawk box I had several months ago.
Yeah.
Which I liked a lot, which is why I put this in here. Because that set of Dr. Wu cassettes, which are generations compatible, turned out really well, and I'm expecting these probably will too. And they may be available next month. Big Bet has them on their pre-order coming in next month. We'll see if that actually happens or not, but
yeah, that's cool.
Based on the Decepticon ones, these seem like they're probably going to be worth getting.
That look nice.
Yeah. There's also, besides the G1 colors, they're also coming in a set that's, black and then one that's green for reasons.
Cool.
Just sell more.
Okay, yeah, obviously, I don't know why those colors were specifically what was chosen.
Cool. Hey, Chris, what'd you get this week?
I got some Amazon figures. I got the G2 Leadfoot and Master Dominus set, which I know I'm a little bit behind on that, but it worked out in my favor because I ended up only paying $16 for the set.
Oh, nice.
Ooh. I ended up dropping the pre-order I had originally because of all the Velocitron stuff coming out, and I wanted to kind of space some of this crap out a little bit. But that let me then put in another order a little bit later and leverage Amazon rewards points against it. So I only actually paid $16 in cash for the set, which I feel pretty good about.
And you still got it before me.
Oh, nice. Master Dominus is not as loose feeling to me as Spindle was. The tolerances seem a little bit better there, and I'm honestly a little bit more impressed with the accomplishment of turning a Styracosaurus into a Mastodon than I am with turning a Tyrannosaurus into a Spinosaur. Master Dominus's colors are not as eye-catching, I guess, as Spindle's, but like I think the whole product works a little bit better, especially since it doesn't fall apart near as easily. And then G2 Leadfoot, I think I got like one of the better ones because mine actually like pegs together properly in vehicle mode. I've seen some people saying that they can't get theirs too. I have, fortunately, through other people's photos, noticed that there's kind of an endemic paint operation error where one of the left side of the car, the blue kind of rides into the middle section a little bit more than it should, just on the one side. Like, I've seen a couple other photos, a couple other examples, and they're exactly the same as mine, so that seems to just be, like, a common paint error. The tolerances on this are actually a little too tight in places. Based on how stuff's been lately, I'm kind of surprised they have something feeling, like, too tight in the joints, but it works out pretty well. It holds poses. It doesn't feel like anything's gonna, like, pop or snap or anything, so, like, I'm not too worried about it. And I think, like we were talking about last week, the metallic blue paint on here is super, super pretty. I would like to see more of that used other places, and I will restate my one wish from last week, which is just that I wish it had a G2 Autobot logo on it instead of the Wreckers logo, but, you know, that's toy hacksable if I really care that much. I know in my heart that it's G2. Now, I just need somebody to make a rotor add-on that will actually interface with the vehicle mode. Because,
there are kits already available, I believe.
Yeah, I've seen, like a JRC Designs effort, but that's just like a weapon for the robot mode. I haven't seen any yet that appeared to work with the vehicle mode. And, like, I can understand that because there's not, like, really natural mounting points on the vehicle mode to put something like that on there, so it would require a little bit of, you know, after-the-fact engineering to get something like that to work. But, you know, I'm always glad to see more G2 stuff exist. I just, you know, am eagerly looking forward to when I can turn it into a transforming rotor. More importantly, I got half of the Deluxe Legacy Wave 2. So I ended up with Knockout, which is a pretty heavy retool of Studio Series 86 Jazz, which has some issues. The primary one is you're going to probably never see one that does not have some paint rubbed off of its roof. Because the way this is packaged, with the new plastic-free packaging, you know, the cardboard backing trays have the cutout in them for things like roofs and wings and other things that, you know, stick off the center line of the figure. So that's fed through one of those openings, and the instruction sheet is immediately behind it in contact with the roof. And so as the thing moves around in shipping and whatnot, the paper and the painted edge of the roof rub against each other, and the paint comes off onto the instruction sheet. Every example I have seen documented of this so far, where the thing came with its packaging, has had that happen where there's been paint on the instructions and some missing from the roof. It is always in different locations because it, you know, hits different spots, but yeah. The roof paint on this is going to be a problem, I think. Because it's certainly too late to have the factory do anything different with how they package this. Like, the whole run certainly is done by now.
If they had molded that in opaque plastic, that wouldn't be a problem.
Probably not, because the windshield paint probably wouldn't have been in a position to rub off.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
When I got the jackpot version of that mold, the head popped out of the roof just by me trying to start to transform the figure. Have you had that problem? Because I have actually tried to fix it multiple times since I got this jackpot, and I cannot get the head to seat back in that slot. Have you had that problem with
No, I didn't have that problem with jackpot either. You might have got one that just had the socket mismolded. I have a bit of mismolding on this one though, where like you know how Jazz works, where there's you know, the hinge blocks molded into the roof piece. On mine, one of them ended up coming out of the mold angled a little bit, so the door panels can't fold up under the roof and make the backpack properly. So ultimately, this knockout is going to get swapped for one that hopefully has a little bit better QC on it, unfortunately. As retools go, though, like, I like a lot of what they've done with this. One of my big things with Jazz was the big dumb robot feet sticking out of the back of the car super unnaturally. The knockout has a much more complete back end for a car because the robot feet are smaller, so you get like more tail light details, and even the license plate is molded in. So like it looks better in car mode than Jazz does. The knockout face, though, still, like, I don't really get knockout from this at all. The presence of a nose is certainly part of the problem, but like they're just, the character is not really there. It's
I know he doesn't look human, but it's almost like what I would picture like a robotic version of Namor looking like.
I mean, now that you say that, I can kind of see it. Like, I like a lot of what they've done with this conceptually. The, you know, actual execution on this, on my copy, has not been great. I've also heard tell of at least one copy that has, like, fangry knees, where it can't even really stand up, or sludge knees, depending on, you know, how far back you want to remember. But, like, just overall, in general, I'm happy with the intent of a lot of this. It looks really, really good in car mode. The robot mode it looks fine. Again, the head is just like the one stumbling point, and I like one where the backpack can actually close up the way it's supposed to. But, you know, apart from that, it's pretty good. Oh, the one really concerning thing I have is the weapon. It's a completely new weapon, and it's two pieces, which is like a trident head and then the handle, the shaft for it. The handle part can kind of be used as a rifle. It's got a side mount peg on it. But to make the trident out of it, you have to like slide the clear plastic trident head over the post end of the handle part, and it's very uncomfortably tight, to the point where, like, this is gonna snap one day, I bet. And even if you can slide it on there gently enough where it doesn't feel like it's stressing that way, it feels way too tight on there, like it's just going to eventually, like, from the tension of it, crack itself apart around that shaft. So, like, not the greatest weapon execution, unfortunately. When Amazon gets their supply in, I'm gonna see if, you know, that's a one-off thing, like if it's just a tolerance issue, or if that's just kind of how the thing ended up being designed. Hopefully it's tolerances. But yeah, like, for the most part, I'm actually happy with what that's trying to do, and I'm looking forward to getting a better executed copy than what I have. So the other thing I have is Elita 1. And I'm actually quite happy with this one. The only endemic thing it seems like this mold has going on is the feet, the hinges for the ankle tilt are not super tight on there. So, like, the feet click into place for robot mode where they sit flat. So the ankles are not going to be floppy all over the place. The toy will stand stably, but if you click them past that point, which you have to do to transform it, there's not really a lot of grip on those hinges. So those panels don't hold in place, really. You know, it's a female Autobot, so, like, there's still a big chunk of the robot mode that you could just flip the car over and see sitting there underneath it. But this certainly does more than most RCs do. Like, I feel like I'm actually doing stuff with the toy, transforming it instead of just hiding a robot in a car. And I like the goofy little car mode. Like it's got a much more, how do I want to put this? So like when we saw the stock photos, people were comparing it to the Homer.
Yeah.
Which, you know, it in the stock photos it looked like it kind of was elongated a little bit, but like it's definitely got a little bit more of a buggy kind of thing going on in person. You know, it's not as long from front to back, and it just feels like you know, some little sporty coupe hot roddy thing. Like it works in person really well, I think. And the color layout kind of plays up the geometry and makes it look and feel interesting. I think some people might be happier with the Minerva execution where it's mostly all white so that the shapes blend a little bit better, but like I really like how this looks. The Elita hat on top of the car is really, really dumb. Especially since it's a separate removable piece. I want to find a toy that's got a 5mm port on top of its head so I can plug the Elita hat into the top of something's head and just have it wear it as a hat, but I'm still searching for something like that.
Okay.
Articulation's fine, apart from the ankle thing. The ankle tilts don't really work well in execution because past, you know, a few degrees off from flat, they just kind of become floppy. Head sculpt is good. What I really liked about this Elita when we first saw it, and it holds up in person, is just the proportions. Like, I like the squareness of the forearms and the lower legs. You know, it's got that kind of stompy look. Like, it's almost like Mega Man proportions, actually. Like, it's something that works for what is kind of coded as being, like, a shorter robot. And it just... I'm really happy with how this turned out. I don't think it's going to be possible to get a copy of this with stronger ankles because, like, Wheeljack 64 got these same toys day before I did, and we compared notes on them, and he had the exact same problems with Elita that I was observing. So I think that is just kind of endemic to this. The feet are nylon parts, so what may have happened is, you know, installing them the first time, the nylon stretches around the hinges and doesn't have the tension it's supposed to, or it cured not quite, you know, how they planned for it to, and it's not holding on. But like, it seems to just be like that's kind of how it turned out. The weapons, the two rifles, you know, they're both clear plastic, but like, I can kind of deal with that. Minerva's got one of them painted opaque, I think. And, you know, if it really bugs you, you can, like, run a chrome marker or something over these to make them look a little bit cooler. But, you know, good designs. They have plenty of places they can store on the car. And just overall, Elita turned out really nicely. I wish I could have caught Tarantulas when it was in stock at one of these small shops that we've been hunting and haunting for the last several days trying to catch restocks on, because that looks even better. But like, yeah, I'm really happy with this, and I'm really hopeful for another copy of Knockout because I think that's going to be really good with a little bit better QC on it.
Cool.
And that's what I got.
Nice. Diecast wanted to go next.
Yep. Now, the first thing I got, I really appreciate because Don made me really appreciate it. And I got a completely unbroken override.
Well, I think most people got unbroken overrides.
It's like my favorite toy so far this year.
It's a little small for a Voyager, and a little bit simple for a Voyager, but it's still unbroken and really nice.
Don's gonna kill you.
Okay, well, instead of harping on how great yours is, why don't you explain to people what the difference is and why yours is not broke?
Mine's not
so that
broke.
way that way we can be helpful.
Well, no, you can do that because I don't understand how you broke yours. So
Don might need some more practice transforming toys.
I understand why it broke, so I can talk about that when my turn comes up.
I
Thank you,
also
Rob.
got G2 Brawl.
Which company made that?
This is
Mastermind.
Ocular Max or
Okay.
MMC. Ocular Max. It's under that line.
Yeah.
And I had the final one coming, the Onslaught coming. I already paid for it, so it's probably 3 weeks away with Taobao shipping. So I'll have that team, that G2 team, complete, which is really nice. I got Rose Robot, which
The hell
is
that?
this is a
It's an RC.
of some
Yes,
form.
I get
it's a
that.
masterpiece.
Well, I'm
RC.
explaining that for our audio
Oh,
listeners.
thank you for like
It's
99%
it's
of the
a
audience.
Yeah.
it is a theft RC, because it is masterpiece.
Oh.
Theft.
It is a theft RC, and look in the box. I appreciate this when it comes in the box. It even comes with Autobot symbols.
Is that one of those like what Black Mamba used to do, where they would re-engineer parts of it? Also,
Yeah, because this comes with a new chest.
Oh, Jesus.
It is a little curvier.
Oh, God.
Oh.
But I didn't get it because of this. This actually just fell out of the box when I opened it. I got it because I passed on Masterpiece RC.
She's
and I was
great.
kind of like, maybe I should. I didn't like the chest on her originally. The where it was too low. But there were upgrade kits to fix that. Kind of put it a little bit higher, so it didn't
There's
have that.
so many things I could say, but then I would just be diecast myself.
It's like Transmetal 2 Black Arachnia all over again.
But it was, I mean, it was. I think it was like $50, so it was pretty cheap compared to what Masterpiece RC went for.
Well, yeah, you can sell things for a lot cheaper when you like steal all of someone else's work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I feel like Don this week.
What'd you break?
I didn't break anything, but I got more RC.
Oh,
This is
Amy.
Amy. The
I think it's supposed to be a me.
Amy.
It's the Mechanics Studio Dr. Wu collaboration. And it's a really nice RC for a little mini figure.
Yeah, so that's like one of those sub-legend sized ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I really like the really tiny Dr. Wu figures, like the Bomburst not Bomburst. Was that Bomburst we were just talking
No,
about?
it was a Slam Dance.
Slam Dance. I'm sorry.
Sword Dancer, if you want
I've
Dr.
gotten
Wu name.
all those Dr. Wu figures. Like they had a little tiny Optimus Prime that I have.
Dr. Wu, what's the matter with you?
Dr. Wu, he's such a silly boo. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But
good.
yeah, it was other than what Roadhauler, the
Yeah,
green one.
You got Roadhauler, yeah. You got, yeah.
Granny Smith grapple.
Yeah. So yeah, someone else can go.
Don, you want to go?
Yeah.
And then you and Rob can compare notes about construction on Override.
Right. Last week we went to West Virginia to see my fiance's parents
Almost heaven.
and deal with some wedding stuff. So naturally, she was nice enough to let me stop at some Walmarts en route.
Don, can you list every single Walmart you stopped at? Just
No,
for the
I'm
record?
not. No, I'm not. Found Clamp Down.
What do you think?
It's the Sideswipe mold.
Yep.
It's nice. I can't really tell you what's wrong with it compared to what Clamp Down is supposed to be because I don't have.
Red.
I don't have the masterpiece because I never got it.
It needs red.
Whose fault is that?
Well, I didn't really need another one of the Sideswipe mold.
Yeah, his biceps and his thighs should be red.
Okay, I like it. It's a Sideswipe mold, but it's good enough. I stopped at the Roanoke in Walmart. They had marked down some clearance stuff.
You stopped at Roanoke in Walmart?
Walmart's pretty
I
huge,
didn't-
dude.
Getting bigger.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I've never seen a Walmart that big. They can put a whole Roanoke in it.
Yeah, they had marked down Cybershark to 15 on clearance.
Already?
Oh, nice.
He's like new
and-
still, relatively.
Yeah, and they marked down Red Knockout. So I got them both for basically 30. So I mean, it was almost buy one get one if you look at it that way. So I got that at another Walmart. Hank, stop messing with Unicron. Hank,
all right.
No.
I think you're gonna have to go over there, probably, Don.
You need to start spraying Unicron. Yeah.
Cats view no as a challenge.
Yes. At another Walmart, I found bits and pieces at all these Walmarts I stopped at. Road Rocket, found her. I think at the same Walmart, I found Roadhauler. Box was the only one they had in the box was a little rough, but I took it anyway. It didn't seem to be too bad. Stopped at a Target and found Red Cog. So I found that.
Didn't you get that last week, or was that somebody else?
Yeah, that was somebody. First Walmart we stopped at, I found Scourge.
Nice.
And then when I had Scourge. Because after I bought the one in the store, I got the shipping notice that the one from Walmart was shipping.
So I canceled all my pre-orders.
Right, but I wasn't expecting
No. I'm just saying that's the reason I canceled all mine.
Yeah. So I mean, so now I have two Scourges. Although with what happened, I want to make sure one of the Scourges is fine before the other one goes back.
Yeah.
I mentioned this last week. It finally came. 6 days later, on a 2-day red card shipping, I got Movie Masterpiece Blackout.
Oh, cool.
And well, as you can tell,
is it a little crunched?
It's a little crunched, yes.
It's a little crunched.
But the box is fine. So
the shipping box is fine, is what you're saying.
Yeah, the shipping box is fine.
Well, somebody kicked it before they put it in the.
Yeah,
box.
So when I see another one, I'll be swapping these out. But I really like the way this masterpiece turned out, and so I figured it's a Target exclusive. It'll either be there forever, or you'll see it once and never see it again.
Yeah,
that's pretty fair. Yeah.
The last thing I got was Override. Really was enjoying this figure. I hated the first toy. I hated the original Override. Sold it. I just hated it. I thought it was a crap toy. I never liked it. I was really enjoying this. And then I unpegged the arms from those two connector holes at the bottom to start transforming the top half. And then the arms fell off. And I thought, okay, a mushroom peg has come loose or something. And then I see the little pin that goes into the figure. I thought, okay, a pin's fallen out. That may not be, this part is broke. So what happened was when I took it out of the box, I put the engine on to see what it looked like in car mode, just to see what the look was like. Because I was thinking about maybe getting a second one for car mode because it really looked nice. I wasn't sure, but I was thinking about it. Apparently, when I pulled the engine block out to transform, the disc on the figure that the arms rotate on tried to come with the peg of the engine block weapon, and it cracked the circular piece of plastic around the pin, causing the whole thing to basically fall apart.
How's that even? I'm looking at it. How's that even possible?
I don't know. Unless it was already broke in the package.
I think you might have already had like a hairline stress.
Correct. But I'm saying all I did was plug the engine in, and then I did.
Don's making various hand gestures right now.
I just basically just wiggled the engine block out.
Unfortunately, Don's arthritis is not so bad yet that we can hear his hand gestures when he makes that.
Well, I mean, I was just trying to do for people would know that I was just trying to wiggle out the engine block. And then when I unpegged the arms, everything just fell apart. So if there is an upside, the way her arms connect in multiple places, once you figure out, because there's no pun intended, there's an armature all this stuff pivots on around that one pin. So once you figure out how the armature sits on the inside of her torso, you can clamp everything else around it. So she's solid right now.
Yeah.
It's just she's a duocon. You unhook this backpack and she's going to fall apart into two pieces. You got to transform the two pieces and then maybe get it hooked back together. So I'm hoping my pulse order comes through for replacement.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rob, if you want to, maybe you can talk about this too.
Unfortunately, too, Don, my Walmart went from none on the shelf, but 2 to 3 on hand somewhere, to being completely sold out of Override in the course of about 3 hours.
Yeah, that's what I'm running into when I look locally.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to help. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I mean, like I said, I've got the one on Pulse. Hopefully it'll ship soon. At least mine is displayable, but it's very frustrating to not even be able to finish enjoying the figure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, I'll just segue into what I got as we go through that. Yeah, looking at it, I have a feeling if the engine block is responsible, it's that peg may have just been a little bit longer than intended. That peg seats really securely. It snaps down into place. And yeah, I could see where it might have pushed that piece off of that pin if it had been molded, just a little bit wrong. I can see that as a possibility, but just in general, be careful with your overrides because yeah, getting that piece back off is going to take very slow and careful effort because it really does seat in there very firmly. So that's about all I have to add. I actually misunderstood what you were talking about, Don, when you first posted the pictures. And I thought the part that failed was the actual post that keeps the engine on, not a part below it. And yeah, I could see how that happens pretty easily because yeah, that, like I said, it's a tight fit and it just snaps into a very secure and specific place.
Yeah, it almost looks like Dawn had a misfired pin.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's coming through or not on my monitor, on my webcam, but that's what it looked like after it broke. If you can see the discoloration around the...
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely some torn plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, so I think you just got a factory issue.
That sucks, Don. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to ask, but if anyone does have a spare... I would like to pick it up. If anyone winds up getting a spare, I would appreciate it.
Very little chance I see one, but I'll keep an eye out.
Cool.
But I'm sorry I interrupted everybody.
Anything else, Rob?
Yeah, got a couple other things, but just to finish on Override real quick. Yeah, I like it. I like the original toy, so...
I don't have the original.
It's all the Velocitron stuff in Cybertron was designed to transform as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So, keeping that in mind, it's a pretty good toy. The proportions did not work for the character that the dub built around it, I don't think. This one works a lot better that way. It's just a really nice toy, and yeah, it is small for a Voyager, and the complexity, unlike Hot Rod, is maybe not there to justify it, but what is paint. There's, I'd say, maybe less than a third of the parts on this figure that don't have at least one paint application. It looks really nice, and I really do like it. Walmart, I pre-ordered this and a couple days ago. Walmart dropped it on my porch.
Literally
handed it to someone on my porch.
Oh, okay.
In a shopping bag with a pre-crushed box. Like, I have never seen a delivery like that in my life. They had some poor underpaid person drive that over from a store in a squished box and hand that to someone on my porch. Just no idea why. But anyway, luckily the toy itself was unharmed, so I'll go with it. Other two on-topic things I got this week. Last week, Matt reminded me that Buzzworthy Cup was still in stock at Hasbro Pulse. That got here today. I am really happy with how that looks. I'm going to find my Studio Series cup and pass it on to my brother because he said he'd like to have one. So I am fine having one iteration of that mold so he can have the other one.
Would Jay possibly like a Studio Series Blur?
I bet he would.
Okay. Well, don't mention it to him. I might just surprise him with it.
Okay, cool. And beyond that, I also finally got Legacy Skids off of Amazon just to... get up free shipping on something else I needed, and I like that mold. Am I doing it wrong, or does it feel kind of under pressure when you turn it into a vehicle?
Which one?
Skids.
Maybe a little half and half.
Okay.
There's definitely some tension there, but like once the stuff actually gets where it's going, that should relieve. So you might not be pushing everything quite to where it's going.
Yeah, I think I'm doing the arms wrong primarily. I don't think I've got them in the right position yet, so I'll have to try it again. But it's a nice figure, feels good. I missed when I first got the hood locked down. That improved my opinion of it considerably afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, that is really nice. And I might have to get the Diaclone one in Velocitron eventually, but it's just so similar to the regular skids. I don't know if that one feels really urgent to me. But at any rate, that is what I got this week, and I know we're butting up against time, so I will stop talking.
Cool.
Now.
And if the pre-show, if you're a patron, we talked about all the not third party, off topic stuff we did. I got a scoot like in about 10 or 15 minutes, so we.
Yeah, we need to get moving here. So Matt, what do you got?
Matt, what did you get?
That's all right. I shan't take long. So all I got is Roadhauler, who I love. It's a good mold, and he is blindingly neon green, and that makes everything better. And I got the Impactor, the Wreckers set that comes with some form of fossilizer that I don't. Fossilizers aren't for me, but I love Impactor. I don't know that I actually needed another Impactor because I was kind of happy with the one I have that is kit bashed together from the previous two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I took like the IDW head and put it on the original release of the mold, and it is much better. But yeah, that's it for me this week.
Although the one you have there is at least clean deco all over.
Yeah.
And one quick question: how does Roadhauler's green compare to G-Axis's highlighter yellow?
I don't have G-Axis.
I haven't put them beside of each other, but they are definitely different.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, it's not quite the same kind of thing, but like they are both butting up against eye searing from different directions.
I love it.
Nice.
I got the Legacy Wreck and Roll Leadfoot and Master Dominus set. I want to thank Diecast for picking up Roadhauler and Override for me last week when he was in town. That was wonderful.
Did you actually make it to Walmart last week after the show, or?
No.
Oh, okay.
Amazon had shipped me Prime Universe Bulkhead like last week before last, and it wasn't Prime Universe Bulkhead, it was the box, but it was plain old Legacy Bulkhead on the inside, like nothing else. So they shipped me a replacement, and the version that I got last week, I noticed that the tape on either side of the box didn't match. So someone had opened it very carefully and resealed it. This one had the outer shipping carton and all that, so it's Prime Universe Bulkhead, looks right. So I took a bunch of stuff to McKay's in Winston-Salem, North Carolina this weekend to dump, and they had a ton of toys. A ton of Transformers.
In the process, you made Don very sad.
I made Don very sad. They had a ton of Transformers. Like, if you live in the area and you want some Titaniums, that's the place to go. And
they had the Titanium Superfire Convoy, which is actually a good one.
Yeah, I could go back and get it. I might go back this weekend. I'm certain it hasn't sold. I don't have any of those, and I don't want them.
Yeah, you don't need most of them.
Yeah. I saw a Godfire Convoy box set. It'd been opened, but that was something I wasn't expecting. I spoke to a guy who was looking. They had, Fans Project Stunicons?
Yeah. Causality.
Yeah, Causality. They had those, and the guy was looking at them. I'm like, I'm good. So he started talking to me about stuff that he saw. He's like, they had he called him Fort Max, and he called him Grand Max. And I'm like, which one was it? It's like the one that came out, the blue one that came out in Robots in Disguise. I'm like, Brave Max. And he said they had it there, and it was like $300.
That's pretty good.
It's not a bad price, yeah.
Hey, Brian,
I totally would have bought that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Brian,
actually paid me more than that for the one I sold you.
I sure did. Yeah.
Hey, Brian, was that Godfire Convoy the Japanese set or the?
Yeah.
Like the original.
The Japanese clip.
So was the original? Did the original have a window? This was the release.
No, by the time they hit that, they had dumped the windows on the car robot packaging.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, it was the Japanese set.
Okay, the clear one from Toys R Us.
I have no idea. It just looked like a set. I don't
know. Maybe it was the Encore then.
Did they do an Encore release of that?
They did an Encore. It did not go well.
How much was it, Brian?
$150.
That sounds like the Encore.
Yeah.
You don't want that one.
I'd forgotten that the original of that was clear plastic, and the thing that made it special was it came with the Master Sword.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it came with the Master Sword. I think it had the Master Sword on the box. Did the reissue have the Master Sword?
I think so.
Okay.
That was probably the Encore then.
Okay, well, they had Brave Max as well, but it means they'd sold it by the time I got there. I didn't need it. But I picked up, and this is not the first time I've come across Universe stuff there. I got a Metal and Soul card, Universe Sideburn, which is the best version of best deco for that toy.
Yeah.
It is
Nice.
so pretty.
It's $20. Whenever they have the Universe stuff, it's usually pretty cheap.
So, fun fact about that, if I'm remembering correctly, that uses the same plastic colors as Super Sideburn, and they just put different paint over it to affect the new look.
I can see that.
Yeah. It's the same trick they did with Roulette and Shadow Striker for that BotCon exclusive that year. Those two toys had the same plastic colors, and they just differentiate the deco.
That's interesting. Yeah, it looks so good. So, I'm glad I picked that up. So, that's what I got. Let's see here. I want to thank our patrons at the touch tier, tfradio.net/Patreon or patreon.com/tfradio. You can sign up and be a patron, and it's wonderful. Patrons at the touch tier, we thank on the show each week on the show. On the show each week on the show. We thank you so much. We mentioned on the show twice. I want to thank Kevin Dorsey, Ryan Bona, Emmett Stresovich, Rabbits, Hector Bones, Ness, Joey Russell, Jay Rye, Sean Hamilton, Jacob Owen Lucia, Sean Bratton, Spider Bob, Tyrell Gwynn, Rick Mahurin, Blake Reynolds, Vegemite Mike, Jason Tate, Eric Griffin, Cybertron Toys, and Sean I. Williamson. Thank you all so much. You guys are awesome. If you want to be a patron again, patreon.com/tfradio. You can find all of our stuff at tfradio.net. That's where all the links are. Or Twitter, which is at tfradio, or Instagram at tfpodcast, and all that. If you see a reference to our Roku channel, I need to take it down because that's gone again. Let's see here. You can find John DeLuna on Twitter at @ThatJohnD everywhere. Actually, you can find John DeLuna on Twitter and everywhere at @ThatJohnD. You can find Rob Springer, who is not here, at RoboRobSpringer and at zonebase.org. I'm on Twitter at BKilby and on Instagram at BrianKilby. Chris, how do people get a hold of you?
Well, they can come hang out with me in our Discord at tfradio.net/Discord. There's me and a lot of other cool people there, so definitely come and say hi to us and spend a little time. We're pretty cool to talk to. Otherwise, you can check out what I'm doing on Patreon and throw some support my way for the stuff I try to get done. Patreon.com/playwithphotos. That mainly goes to support playwithphotography.com, where I collect my toy photography work. If you would like to just do random acts of kindness at me, I have an Amazon wishlist at tfradio.net/Chrislist, and any sales made through that will go back to support RFC and keep the show going out on the internet.
Cool. Rob?
I'm on Twitter at Rob Flails, which is the Twitter for Flailthroughs, my YouTube channel, where I have covered Gundam Battle Operation 2 for 4 years now with only like 2 days missed, thanks to that stupid storm. And I'm now uploading like a full week of videos in advance because of that. Just, not that I'm bitter or anything. But youtube.com/flailthroughs if you want to see that. Patreon.com/flailthroughs to support me. Or tfradio.net/playlist if you want to buy me things and give a little bit back to the show.
Cool. Diecast.
You can follow me on Twitter at Diecast2. You can like my Facebook page at Reviews by Diecast, and you can see my reviews at tfradio.net/reviews or youtube.com/RFC reviews.
Cool. Don.
I'm reached on Twitter at HMRC4EVR. Also, I'm getting married in October. There is a wish list at Carnival tfradio.net/honeymoon that if you are in a position to help and would like to look at some of the gift certificate offerings to help us enjoy a few extra things on our cruise, we would appreciate it. And as always, thank you to those of y'all who have got something off the list. We appreciate it.
Were you doing the couples taxidermy? I can't remember.
No. We can stick a pin in that one.
Oh, cool. Okay, nice. Okay, am I forgetting anything? Are we done?
Think we're good.
Sweet. Okay, right on the nose. The time is 1 hour and 15 minutes and 3 seconds. We will see you next week. Have a good one.
See everybody.
Take care.
Once I truncate silence, it will not be 1 hour and 15 minutes, but you know.
Good thing XV didn't have any more toys.
Yeah.
That's usually
Recording
That's my favorite part of the show usually. So when Chris has toys. So, yeah, don't you get married at TFCon? Eric said. I would love that. Hey, people watching live, I've got a jet, so I'm gonna kill the stream. So,
bye everybody.
I'll see you guys later. Bye YouTube. Bye Twitch.